Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is many a true nerd, and welcome to the third Stellaris livestream, or fourth Stellaris highlights VOD if you're catching up on YouTube later, because basically Stellaris livestreams work kind of like the Harry Potter series. The bug people are in a bit of an odd situation right now, it must be said. The bug people have got, well, they're very small. They've got this one kind of isolated colony over here. Fine, that's literally controlling one system. They haven't even managed to expand because the mice seem so much better. Then they've got like 3 planets over here. So they've got 4 planets total. And they're just completely ignoring this space up here. So I'm just going to expand into this space up here. Because if they don't want it, then I might as bloody well. Up here, this is kind of my ultimate goal for the time being. Which is, up here, this is the bad neighborhood of the galaxy. Which is, we've got ourselves some flipping, theocratic republic, fanatical spiritualists and xenophobes up here. We've got ourselves flipping a purity order, fanatical xenophobe and militarist up here. We've got the Zins who are, they're a star empire, but they are actually fond of us for the time being, probably because they're so surrounded by monsters, they kind of need to take friends wherever they can find it. Hang on a flipping minute here. Why have we got so many systems around here that have got, like, that aren't being mined? Did we have a massive oh, of course we did. We did have a massive expansion down here because this has all come into the Empire recently and I've just got construction ships sitting around doing literally nothing. And somebody's dead. Who died? Oh, it was our sociology scientist. Oh, that's very sad. Right. Please tell me we've got sociology. We do indeed have one of... Oh!
Ooh, mushroom science!
We can actually have our first, like, entering our big pool of leaders. It's our first non-Roman leader, and their expertise is biology, which is exactly right. They are the most qualified person for the job. They are literally the most qualified for the job. Boom. In you come. Well done. Oh, that's nice. I was really looking forward to that. That we've got our first flipping, our first actual flipping person here who's not Roman doing the science, which is lovely because we already have our set of matching twins here. So it's nice that we have... We're doing some more portraits, Paradox. We need some more portraits, damn it. Right, get rid of that. War declaration on... from the envelope people to the key people. Envelope people and... Okay, so these two people are fighting each other. Good. That keeps them away from expanding in my direction. As far as I'm concerned, that's absolutely fine. Here we are. The SPQR Sparta is now ready to go, and it's going down here to Tiberius. You head in this direction, just be on your way. Right place to slap down. This is technically filling up a spot of energy, which is annoying, but it means there will be energy in 3 directions. I want this to be the energy planet, so I feel like I kind of want to do that. So you're going to go down right, flipping here, and this planet is indeed just Tiberius. I don't think it needs to be Tiberius Prime. It's time for us to lay down a frontier outpost here. I mean, we've got a good amount of flipping influence coming in right now, so I can afford to, because I took down a frontier outpost somewhere else. I feel like if I put it here in Tyom, that should hopefully mean we get Vakradil, because that's a really, really nice system. And that will also mean, once we've taken this planet up here, because that's Continental World 21, which is really nice, that should join up really nicely. So I'm going to send my thing up here, and why can I not build a frontier outpost? Oh, you need loads of influence to do that, fine. So we can't do that just yet anyway. We'll have to save up influence to build a frontier outpost there, so we can't do that just yet. Just build mining stations. Everyone build mining stations everywhere, because I kind of forgot mining stations were a thing. Or rather, I forgot the Empire expanded, which it did quite significant. It's not my fault. That is not my fault. The Empire expanded while I wasn't...
How is it not your fault?
I wasn't looking. The Infinite Pond are expanding fast all of a sudden, which is good. I want to see them expanding fast. Though, sadly, that means they are probably going to eat some of these lovely ice worlds, which they're not going to get much use out of. That's a shame, but it feels like they probably will. And they kind of need to, because they're getting really close to these guys who are evangelizing zealots. And beyond the evangelizing zealots, the fanatical purifiers, who now have nice skulls hung up in the background. Isn't that lovely? Also, I think right now we've got a single flipping strategic resource in the entire Empire. Possibly because we haven't really been doing the research into... Oh, I saw that move. I saw that move. These guys are trying to vaguely expand over here. Me and them are going to run into trouble soon. Right now, we actually like each other. Almost weirdly, actually. But the border friction is really impacting that. But right now, yeah, we have trust. We've got mutual rivals. We're both xenophiles. So we're okay for now. But I feel like me and these guys eventually might end up in a war. Which looks like it will be a walkover. Because they're not that big. Like, this is them and this is our federation. But they've got big friends over here. Just Federation Associate States. I mean, they won't actually... Yeah, okay. In that case, we can just basically go and merge them if we want to at some point. That's fine then. That's way easier than I thought it was going to be. If we have to, anyway. Ooh. Unlock ship type cruiser. We've got cruisers in our empire. Yeah, weapon slots at the back. Oh, that looks... That's just like just a block in space. Just basically, I'm just tossing a great big space brick at my enemies. Maybe we'll go for the broadside. That's better. I want it to have wings. I know you probably don't need wings in space, but I want it to have wings so it looks kind of, you know, wingy. And we've got ourselves our next tradition available. I think I'm very close by to, yeah, diplomacy's not actually too far off even being done. Habitability up by 10%. Entente coordination. Lovely. Amount we contribute towards Federation naval capacity counts for twice as much. Kind of fun because I'll be president at some point in the not too far future. Yeah, the next president is me, and that's coming up in about like less than a decade. So I will be president again in the not too distant future, which is kind of cool.
Quite a few people are saying you should just finish diplomacy.
Yeah, I would agree actually. I've already done a bit of diplomacy. I think, yeah, habitability plus 10% would not be the worst thing in the world because I like bringing people in, but I wouldn't mind as we're going to be the leader of this Senate again soon. I'm going to go for Entente coordination because then, yeah, the size of the Senate fleet's going to be way up. Look at all of this over here. Look at this system with its flipping 13 minerals and also its... I can't remember what that crystal does.
Does that not belong to somebody else?
Not yet. It brings us a little bit close to a hive mind. But it's a hive mind that is mysteriously fond of us. There is over here actually, there's two really good cold worlds. Actually, it's a bit empty. It's not as good as it looks because it's big, but it's empty. Over here, that's a crappy world. That's a really tiny crappy world. This is that's a big... Yeah, there's some big worlds over here, but they're not so great. But I wouldn't mind just basically expanding out this way purely for the sake of having this world. Like... They're really going to object. By the way, like, this is just asking for a war with a hive mind. But they're not exactly a strong hive mind, and we're in a big defensive federation right now. So, if this is, over here, this is an ice world, that means we need to... Our empire is going to be taken over by mushrooms. There's a real risk that the Romans are going to end up in a minority, and it's going to be all mushrooms. We are making the empire slowly smell more, because the Zikmoks, one of their race traits is that they are repulsive. Which means, obviously, they get more points to do other stuff. We might actually be able to genetically engineer the repulsiveness out of them in the future. That might be a nice thing we could do for the mushroom people. Unless, of course, because they're mushroom people, the repulsiveness is part of the spores they give off to communicate, and I'm being really offensive to mushrooms right now. Which is entirely possible. And the SPQR Abundance is ready to go. So it's going over here now. We're going over here to this planet. Here we go. And it is this one, right? It is... Yep, there it is. The ice world. This is a flipping aggressive move. This is a ridiculously aggressive move. It's colonized planet 950. Okay. That's a concern. Right. I need 950 influence because it's so far away. Now we've got a flipping a colony ship full of mushrooms with nowhere for them to go. So, is there anywhere where I can put them that's, like, cold and icy, that's a bit kind of closer and easier to get to? Because there's these good ice worlds over here, but this is kind of dickish to the poor infinite pond. Because clearly they just want their empire to be a great big blob, and I kind of don't want to get stuck in the middle of them, because it means I'll never be able to reunify it. All these ice worlds, and I can't get to any of them properly.
Someone says if you want to reduce the influence cost, you can build a frontier outpost first.
Oh, if I build a frontier outpost nearby, will that count?
That's what the chat is saying.
Okay, well that's... Well, the problem is that might cost a ton too, because if I look at this, that's... Frontier outpost. You see, the frontier outpost is going to cost... That's going to cost 500 itself. I will go and expand in the face of the hive mind as soon as possible, but like in the meantime, the big planet I think I want to be the big next planet is that one, because that's actually a pretty damn good planet, and literally we can clear all the tile blockers already, which is really nice. So we've now got just 2 colony ships just floating around. That is going to cost... That costs 400! What? Why is everything so expensive to do? That's not even that far from our borders. That is not that far from our borders. I object to that. That system's going to get eaten before we can get to it, which is irritating. That's the second colony we're going to have been completely robbed of. Vassalization... Wait, what? Vassalization request?
They want you to be ruler over them?
They're basically too flimsy. Yeah, these are the guys directly to the south of us. They're xenophiles, materialists. They used to have their independence guaranteed by... I think the bug people. But I think the bug people released them because they didn't want the trouble of dealing with them anymore. So, yes, I will vassalize them. they are now our new vassals.
Alright.
So this is just our guys now. So their fleet is strength 63. So they're not adding that much to our fleet of 6,000. But if we go to war, they will kind of, you know, they'll just bob along with us. And in 10 years' time, I can integrate them if I so choose. I'll have another look at this one in a second because I'm literally building a frontier outpost here. This frontier outpost is in construction right now. So once that's done, that might have a positive impact on how far that is. Because, like, I went from Carthage because just in case it's a function of the distance between the planet that it was trained on, as in, like, the actual colony ship. Carthage to here is as short as I can get, because Aurora Sporelas has no people on it, because it's too cold, so there's no Romans there. Governing ethics shift in the Cartel of Casada. Okay, a large period of growing support for the full enfranchisement coalition. The Cartel of Casada has now embraced the faction. So, I believe they were once authoritarian slavers. They've just become I think they've just abolished slavery. Yep, they are now fanatical xenophile egalitarians. They are no longer slavers. They're now a mega corporation, and they've just become federation builders.
Woot?
They're rapidly changing. Like, as the days pass, I just, like, saw them, like, flick between multiple things. Ooh. I mean, that's new. I think the envelope people are expanding in this direction. That
does look like
I
it.
swear that's new. I swear that wasn't there a second ago. But in a moment, we will have ourselves a frontier outpost popping up, and yeah, there we are. Frontier outpost has just appeared over here. We have now taken over this bit of space, kind of going around the outside of the bugs. Now, if that is true, then the Byzantium of Carthage, is it now cheaper for us to land on this world? And 191. We can do it immediately. Fine. That's how we're going to do this then. We're going to have to just go and basically throw up another frontier outpost, like, on the other side of the galaxy. But for the time being, I want to make sure we get this planet down, like, immediately. Now I'm just trying to figure out the exact right position to theoretically put down a frontier outpost out here, lacking 540. Because the thing is, like, the closer the frontier outpost is, the cheaper the frontier outpost is, but then the more expensive it'll still be to actually build the planet when we front up to the hive mind. Okay, so the fanatical purifiers and the flipping fanatical zealots have made what appears to be... No, not a white piece. What's this? Rebels! Rebels of the Veminax destroyers. Okay, so there's some fanatical purifiers up there, and one of their cities has broken away an enlightened dictatorship on bound warriors. Okay, they're cool. I like them. They're pathetically weak, apparently. But they are literally rebels from fanatical purifiers. They didn't like what the fanatical purifiers were doing. That's cool. Hello, are you a... Ooh. Right. So remember how earlier people were saying to me, there was this thing where, oh, you don't need to worry about the Fallen Empires going to war, because Fallen Empires will only go to war against people that are, like, diametrically opposed to them.
Yeah. So
down here, the slugs, who we are now completely surrounding, pretty much, they are a stank-sensitive of holy guardians.
Yeah.
And spiritualism is the opposite of materialism in this game.
Yeah.
We've just found up here the keepers of knowledge, fanatical materialists, stagnant ascendances.
Yeah.
If they wake up, these are going to war with these. Can you guess what's in the way?
Sure. But what's the other Fallen Empire on the other side of you that's also kind of has you in the way?
They're xenophiles, so we need to find
So
fanatical xenophobes. We need to find somewhere in the galaxy there'll be fanatical xenophobes
Sure.
who will go to war with them.
Yeah,
But
so that's not great, is it?
so literally,
Yeah.
if there's a war, it's going to happen pretty much like
But
half of the battlefields between these two things are literally in my territory. So remember how I was just saying how we don't need to worry unless the Fallen Empire wakes up? They just woke up!
Shit.
But they have not declared war on the other Fallen Empire. They have declared war on a theocratic republic near to them. The dicks I was expanding towards, looking to take out myself. So they've woken up, but nothing else has woken up yet. But they've basically decided, because they're fanatical materialists, and these guys over here are for, like, fanatical spiritualists and evangelizing zealots, basically the materialists are basically going over to the churches and then knocking down the doors. Now, they're going to win that war ludicrously, because these guys are a Fallen Empire who are overwhelmed versus us, and these guys are inferior to us already. So basically, they're just going to be completely wrecked. The question is, once they've wrecked them, what do they do after that point? This is where stuff starts getting
But
interesting.
the chat says they're still stagnant. They didn't wake up. They're just dealing with someone who's offended them. They're just lashing out, but they're not properly woken up yet.
Okay, they haven't woken up properly, but they're starting to stir. The alarm clock's gone off, and they've decided basically they're now going to destroy that alarm clock, but they might hopefully hit the snooze button after that point. Basically, we're praying they're going to hit the snooze button. Whoa, 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 what just happened? Who just... Okay, that's not the Fallen Empire, but something has just gone mental over there. Seed planet times 5. Uh-oh. I think the... Oh, yeah. So, the whole... Oh, no, wait. Are we good? Are we still good? Right, so... Remember the hive mind? We don't need to worry so much about the hive mind anymore.
Yeah?
The hive mind has had the most... The hive mind just got eaten by the envelope people. The envelope people just literally took 5 planets off them. The problem is those 5 planets, if you just go and take something, then it's going to have hive mind people on it. Hive mind people can't live outside of the hive mind. They will die off. So, at this exact moment in time, I guess, like, they will just start dying. Yeah, they're dying off. Although, well, the game is saying they're being systematically killed off. I'm not sure whether they are being systematically killed off, if they are literally just dying because they can't survive outside of the hive mind. Actually, it's kind of interesting. That means, like, taking a planet off a hive mind is not the worst thing in the world, because rather than having to deal with its population thereafter, you know that, like, it will just die off in time, and then you can just move your own people in and take control of it straight afterwards. And also, a Curator Lambda Enclave has come to our chat. Ooh, it's little floating jellyfish people. Well met, little floating jellyfish people. The peace, apparently peace has actually been accepted between these guys and the fanatical guys, and all it was that they wanted was humiliation. It was just a humiliation play. I'm surprised actually that some of them hasn't actually, because like just for fun at one point when I was testing like with the save file I had with the Mighty Ducks, I just went and like deliberately annoyed a Fallen Empire to get them to come over to me, and after they humiliated me, most of my empire rebelled immediately, leaving me with almost nothing. So I'm surprised that hasn't happened to these guys, because they appear to have been left with like everything they had before. It's just now they are... Presumably they've basically just they've had their entire fleet smashed just to teach them a lesson. So now they are, if potentially the flipping fanatical purifiers come in and attack these guys, they will just be able to walk all over them now because they presumably just had their fleet completely smashed. But, yeah, these guys over here, like the Rontor Coalition needs to actually do more to contribute, to be perfectly honest. The Rontor Coalition needs to start growing fast because I'm, yeah, deeply, deeply concerned. And, that system I want, Menok, is right on the border. If they do any more expansion, we're going to be in trouble there. Ugh. Right, our street is properly down now. Let's go over to our house and have a little look-see. Good old Romans. Me and the bugs are now basically squeezed against each other on multiple different frontiers, including this very, very aggressive border colony. I suspect they're going to start liking us a bit less. But actually, apparently they don't even care about border friction. They don't consider border friction a problem. Despite the fact that I've literally just built a frontier outpost there. And that's their space. So, that is generous of them, that they do not consider that we've got any flipping friction whatsoever. Right, so we found who they might go to war with then. Sorry, I missed those guys. Yeah, so, we now know, if these guys wake up, they're going to war with these guys up here. Because we literally do have, yes, we've got ourselves the militant xenophobes. And honestly, you don't want to be next to them. I'm kind of glad we're on the opposite side of the galaxy from them. Because you just don't want to, like, be next to them in general. I haven't seen this one before, actually. That's cute. They are a fungoid. Actually, you know what I'm really sad of? I don't think we've seen a single plantoid this entire game. If you're hearing noise, by the way, Claire and I have Maltesers. We're just eating Maltesers. That's how we're keeping ourselves going through this whole thing. Also, I like the fact that right next to the flipping militant isolationist stagnant ascendances who hate everyone, there is the Forbidden Nebula. Yeah, I wouldn't go there, to be honest. I wouldn't go there at all. So, on the plus side, if those two go to war, we are not actually in the path. But if they did, I'd probably throw my lot in with the Apathy anyway, because, you know...
Because of that one time they gave you free money?
It wasn't free money. I literally sold my population into slavery.
Oh, yeah.
They're currently... The thing is, I can go and find them. Like, they're not joking when they say they put them on, like, a world where there's, like a world where they've got, like... all the different, like, species. They're forming a zoo. They genuinely have. We might actually be able to get... Here we are. The preserve. This is literally it. So, are our people still... There we are. The Romans are literally living right now in a habitat that's been created for them, together with there's bug people floating not too far nearby, a xenopreserve no one's living in yet. Literally, they seem to have gathered one of the Mighty Ducks. I think the Mighty Ducks accepted the offer as well. One of the Inari, I think, was threatened into it. That can't be one of the hive minds. How are you not dead? That's really weird, actually. I hadn't seen that before. It would appear that hive minds, if they are picked up and put in the preserve of the Stag Descendancy Xenophiles, they actually don't die off.
Ooh, and there's more fan art from Conscript David.
Conscript David! Ooh, it's a bit more kind of Mass Effect-y this time. I don't know if it's supposed to be Mass Effect-y. It looks a little bit Mass Effect-y to me. Thank you, Conscript David. We will get both of those on hand. We will put both of those up on the stream before the end. Get the 2 bits of fan art up. We will do a little fan art showcase before the end of this. We will find a way somehow. This is a very interesting bit of politics here. So the Tsin Empire, who are kind of friendly to us, a little bit friendly to us, they have just guaranteed the independence of the rebels who broke away from the fanatical purifiers. So if they tried to take their rebels back at any point, then yeah, there's a very real possibility that will lead to a war between these two, which I've got to believe the Sins would lose, but actually they've got quite a few planets tucked away, because I think I'm president. Yeah, I'm Federation president right now. Missed that. Right, Federation ship designer. Let's get on this, because we can probably improve... Ooh, somebody improved... Someone else has been improving that already. Fine. I'll leave the X-rays on that. Someone's actually done a good job upgrading these, who's not me. So, in which case, I'm just sitting on an absolute ton of flipping money. Rome just basically needs to start flipping spamming the fleet, because the fleet has a capacity of 136 on its own right now. So, yeah, I would say the first fleet of the Galactic Senate needs to basically... We could do with some military investment right now. So, Rome, get on that. Everyone just start doing this. You've got yourself a Corvette assembly yard, right? You know, we've got all this money. Let's start flipping spending it. Federation Corvettes, go. Because once we've got all of that thrown together, we are going to have a ridiculously massive fleet to go and support. Because, yeah, 136. Like, I don't have 136... like, myself, I've got 130, and my fleet strength right now is 6.6k. Like, I can basically just add another 6.6k into our Federation strength. That's like a new member, just like out of nowhere, which is beautiful. And we've got a new faction, okay, of Pax Romana, led by a scientist. They call themselves the Internal Strength Committee. They're advocating for closed borders. Excuse me, I think you're in the wrong bloody Ooh, refugees just showed up. A battered fleet of small civilian vessels carrying the Han Murians fleeing from the... these are refugees from the fanatical purifiers up north who have just shown up, and they have been allowed to settle on Pompeii, which I really hope they wanted to settle on Pompeii. I really hope that's consistent with them. Survivors from the extermination program. Okay, so the fanatical purifiers basically have been conducting genocide in the north, and they are welcome here because we are Xenophiles and we literally don't have the option to say no. So we need to go and check out what that's actually done, because they might not necessarily integrate well. The problem is these guys who are from the Fanatical Purifiers, they are actually xenophobes, so they've immediately joined the Internal Strength Committee. In fact, possibly that might be who the Internal Strength Committee...
Wait, your refugees are xenophobes?
Well, they're from a xenophobe empire. But possibly we should just sit them down and say, hey, if we were xenophobes, we'd have shot you down as you tried to come into our space. But we didn't. We've let you settle on our planet because we're xenophiles. Would you like to rethink your xenophobia a little bit there, you dick? And oh, no, no, you f***ers! You absolute f***ers! No! They burn. That was going to be my... Wait, what? Wait, what? What?
Wait, did they get pawned in like their...
What the...
They were there.
They were.
What the... What happened?
I don't know.
Well, you need to go kick them out of that planet.
I don't... They were there.
They totally were there.
Where did they go?
What the crap happened?
What happened to them?
They're saying in the chat that the entire population of the hive mind has gone off and died. Like, all of the hive mind.
That's
I mean,
true,
but
there anymore. Does that, if you have literally zero population on a planet, does that mean you just lose the planet? Yeah. So I think basically, we just need to now basically spam, like, everything like crazy, and then if I can persuade the Federation to follow me, we're going to war. against the hierarchy, against the envelope people, because they've just taken that planet that I want.
Before you go to war.
Yeah, no, I don't like where this sentence is going. I found it funny now that one of these guys is actually called the United Inari Nations. When the Inari could not have been more carved up and broken into little bits if they'd wanted to. The Inari are now split between 5 different nations at this point. These guys were absorbed into us. These guys are our vassals. These guys are an independent Inari sovereignty. These guys are the United Inari Nations, and these guys are the original Inari Slayers. They've been broken in 5, and one of them's claiming to be the United Inari Nations, which is just sad. The Infinity Equation. So, they find they're not alone. At the edge of the event horizon, it soars, reflecting light from the stars being drawn into the dark, gaping hole, a gigantic construction in the shape of a perfect sphere. We cannot pick up any signals from it, nor does anything we send make it respond. It simply sits at the edge of the abyss, waiting. Begin the Technosphere event chain. Now, technically, this is now a quest in the sit log, but literally there's no kind of indication what I need to do. It just says it's there, and it doesn't do anything.
It's cool, though. It looks really cool.
It is cool, but there's no indication what I do with it. Power is in universal language. If you want to speak more diplomatically, we won't stop you. Well, if power is in universal language, if you flipping want to fight, go for it. We'll fight. Right, declare some war. Now, what I need to do here is, yeah, I want to liberate Idamar. And then, hopefully, I can immediately vassalize it, or protectorate it, whatever, the moment that's done. So, I am going to liberate Idamar. And then I'm going to also basically gift 2 little planets to my friends. Basically, the Infinite Pond and the Rontaurs. The bugs don't get a planet because they haven't proved themselves worthy of it just yet. So I'd say, which is it, the Ifagua planet, you can go over to the ducks. That can be liberated in your image. Not go over to them, but like liberate it in the image. Though admittedly, all of us are very similar, so it doesn't make a huge amount of difference. And Uze Glore can go over to the Rontor Coalition, my friend. So everyone is basically going to be, there's going to be 3 tiny new empires born here, but basically I've got eyes on the Idamar one. So, war score required is 47, which is honestly not that high. If we just take out their fleet and invade 1 planet, that might be enough right there. Because liberating a few worlds is not the hardest thing in the world. So, I think we'll be in good shape. Confirm, everyone's going to vote yes. Go. How tragic, now we shall destroy you, they say. Well, they say this. I've got you listed as pathetic. Right, so we have voted universally to declare war. In which case, Legio 1 is now going to head into Idamar, and First Fleet is going to follow them as well. So we're going to head in that way. Lovely. Oh, they're slavers. Right. So they've literally, like, they touched down. The first thing they did was they brought in 2 people and enslaved them.
So we can kill them with a really good conscience.
Yeah, we can. And meanwhile, we've got elsewhere. What have you got there? Yep, the first attack fleet is incoming. It is definitely heading in our direction. And they will be the first to join us. They are just right now in the process of following Legio 1. Yeah. So basically all of the allied fleets are definitely like in the way. And they will probably send armies as well. They'll probably actually send the armies that will help us out here. In come our friends. This is... I don't even know whose that is. That is... I think those are the bug ships. The bug ships have arrived. And in come also... Oh, it's our vassals! It's our vassals! This is their fleet! This is all they've got! Aww. That's it! They've sent all 195 strength of their navy to join up with the Armada.
That's cute.
That is... I admire them. I admire them for that. I'm just going to let everyone else catch up, actually. First Murder is almost present. The Infinite Pond is actually sending its transport fleets in, so they're going to be providing a large part of the armies. They're actually going to be backing us up here. So we've got... Wait, what have you just done? A frontier outpost somewhere around here. And we're going to go and blow that up, like, as a priority, because I'm not sure... Oh! Yeah, something's going on here. Have they got... So... Oh, no, they've got... Oh, yeah, yes it is, yes it is. Right, we're going to go and blow that up as a starting point. Their fleet is... That's Transport Fleet 15. That is... Fleet... I think they are... I think they're engaging. The Mighty Ducks might have just been caught out by the second fleet here. Right, what we need to do here is I'm sending Legio 1 straight over there to try and hunt them down. I'm leaving... I'm going to leave First Fleet here for the time being. First Fleet of the Federation is going to guard Edamar to make sure they don't take it back, which is fine. I don't think they can take it back, but yeah, we now know where basically their only fleet is. Their only fleet is 3,000 or so strength. It's around here. It is, yeah. Oh, they've got a massive okay, they've got a massive force of armies. So we basically just need to track them down. We just need to chase down their armies as best we can. Because if we can take out their armies, that's it. They can't take back our planets. If they can get those armies down onto our planets, they've got a chance. So we've basically just got to make sure their transport fleet doesn't reach any of the planets we want to take out. Next objective, though, is to smash the frontier outpost at Medgar to make sure they don't get that after the war, because that needs to be disabled right now. These guys are now going to try and... Oh, yes, we're on top of them. We're on top of them.
Ooh.
Yep, our fleet has now caught them out of position. They are now going to be absolutely overwhelmed and screwed. Our cruisers might run into a bit of trouble, but we've just got so much firepower going on right now. Their big ships are going to collapse in seconds. This is all they've got. In come our reinforcements. In come the mighty ducks behind. In come behind. Oh, it's more. It's just so much now. They are just going to be... I think they've basically just been wiped out.
That looks really cool.
I think they've... All that's left now is their transport fleets, and they're gone. That is up to 34 on the war strength. That's pretty much... Ooh, the Infinite Sphere is doing something, which is unfortunate because we're kind of busy. We've picked up a signal. It's now sending out a rhythmic pulse of radio waves pointed towards the black hole it orbits. What it's doing is beyond any of our staff. This signal might have created an opening into the sphere for our scientists to exploit. Okay, we might go and look at that later. We're a bit busy right now with the war.
Also, there's someone in the chat who's just come in and has never played Stellaris and is really confused.
I know, but doesn't it look pretty even if you don't know what's happening?
Yeah, they still want you to scan that orb, by the way.
I will go and scan the orb after the war's done. We're busy. And by the way, there's one thing guarding the rather well-named, I can't deny, Vilcot's Pursuit, which is this station right flipping here. And, oh, the view from that station doesn't look good, to be perfectly honest. Because in comes literally the everything. They are just firing some random shot stars. I'm not sure it's going desperately well. We're releasing the bombers. In comes... Oh, dear. Oh, no. Oh, guys, you did well, but I think actually it's going to be destroyed before the missiles even... Yep, the missiles didn't even make it there. They're just going to go haywire. They are genuinely sending in one final last gasp army here. It's 1,100 strength. Bless them. Bless them for trying. And we are pulling away to take them out. In we go. Let's see how this goes. Oh, dear. Oh, yes. Actually, no, let's go with the angle against the sun. Oh, that, Claire. That shot right there.
Oh, that is beautiful.
That is good. That is good. And they're all dead now. Up to 41.
They want you to scan the orb now because it's a timed event, and if you don't scan it now, it will fall into the black hole.
Oh, okay.
So you have to do it now.
Right, okay. Well, in that case, what are you doing right now? What do we have nearby in terms of a science ship? That science ship is... Okay, fine. Let's go over here. Go over here, research that project. Right. Science ship is on its way to Gargantua, people. It's alright. I'm sending in my troops, and immediately afterwards, the Mighty Ducks are sending in their troops as well. This is going to be a ridiculous, ridiculous thing going on right now. Because I have brought flipping... Oh, yeah. I have brought ridiculous, massive super beasts with me, which is going to cause morale penalties like crazy. Which is good. Admittedly, they've actually got a lot of strength here. We might need to pull back out again. But the thing is, as long as I'm bombarding the planet, they don't get their strength back, but I do. So, my giant titanic beasts are doing the job, really. Lots of stuff kind of going down, down, down. I think we're just going to, yeah, we're just going to walk this one right now. I was worried there for a second, but we are fine. Morale collapses. Planet belongs to us. Lovely. And that brings our war score up to 69%. And that is fair for us to end the war. Now the... Ooh. Okay, and victory, we admit defeat. I didn't even need to force it on them. They basically just accepted that. Best possible outcome. We admit defeat. Do not think this is any more than a temporary setback for the Roman. Apparently they were called the Lartrepian. Who knew? I didn't even bloody know what they were called.
So you went and killed them and you didn't even know what they were called?
They were just the envelope people.
I'm sure that's pretty offensive.
Mm-hmm. Well, and meanwhile, of other interesting news, the Purity Order, the bloody fanatical purifiers, have attacked the rebels who tried to break away from them, whose independence is guaranteed by the Tsin, who are federated members of us, albeit associated federation, not true federation members, which will almost certainly, therefore, pull them into the war. Now, pause immediately. And as we suspected, 3 tiny little empires have just been born here. Now, oh, I like you. You've got a little cog as your thing. So you guys, who apparently like us quite a lot, I'm going to immediately demand their vassalization because I'm going to bring them into the empire. So I'm going to demand your vassalization, effective immediately. They are pathetic and friendly. Let's just make sure they're willing to accept that quickly. Very well. If you agree to defend us from all the horrors of the galaxy, the authority of Edamar shall become your vassals. Marvellous. We have got ourselves... And I think they work for us, because they're purple. And purple, 1, we've got loads of purple in the Federation already. And 2, if we didn't have a huge amount of purple in the Federation, it's kind of a good Roman colour. It's a nice Roman colour purple. So, we have now vassalised those guys, and in 10 years' time, we will basically just integrate them immediately. And meanwhile, we actually have, sitting by, literally ready to go right this second, because I brought them round nearby ready for this, the colony ship Abundance, with the Zikmox, basically ready to go straight over here to Minok and also expand over to here. Colonize the planet for 318. Okay, just a few months away. Just a few months away, we can go down and we can claim the planet of Minok. What happened to First Fleet? Have I think I might not be... No, I'm not present anymore. That's why First Fleet's gone. Right, so, but on the plus side, now, the massive, massive fleet. While I was president, the massive Federation fleet did grow to, like, a strength of, like, ridiculousness. It's like, there's, like, 10,000 odd strength inside the Federation fleet, which I have given it. So next time the Federation comes under attack, there's, like, an extra 10,000 strength we've just got ready to throw at anyone who threatens us. And that's fine, because now the Federation fleet's not under my control, I don't need to worry about its stupid, bloody rally point business. And the Infinite Sphere is doing something, by the way. The metallic orb has been opened up. Our hacking team has been able to use the outgoing signal as a gateway into one of the auxiliary CPUs of the sphere. We're receiving some data from it, and can tell that it's been scanning the black hole Gargantua for a very long time. It is old. Very old. This constant calculator now lies within our grasp of understanding. If we push harder, we might find out what it's doing here and who built it. What marvels might it contain? So, I've got simply contact the main processor unit, which everyone can do. Because I'm a materialist, I can say hack the main hard drive and take everything. That issues a special project hacking the calculator. Or if I'm a materialist, there's always a self-destruct switch. Find it. No, we're not going for sphere fracturing. Okay, I'm just going to contact.
Everybody's saying contact. There's like literally 1 hack and like 12 contact.
Ooh, the Infinity Machine just said hello, hello, nice to meet you. Hello there, Infinity thing. It is quite enjoyable to pass the time with pleasantries, is it not? You see, we don't get to enjoy conversation much anymore. Few are well versed enough in the finer points of quantum programming. Okay, well that's good. We are the Infinity Machine, your words not ours. Or has that not happened yet? Either way, it will eventually trust us. Right, so what exactly are you? I'm guessing you're just like a sentient AI that's doing some scanning and has been for a while. We are what we are, the ones who calculate. You call us the Infinity Machine, or will, at least. It's not a truthful name, but it's well suited to highlighting the ingenuity of our design. We will tell you our history now, as we've done many times before. Right, we need to convey it in words. That's new, or is it? It's hard to keep track of you all. We were constructed, in the crudest sense of the word, in order to solve a problem. We solved it, then we needed more problems to solve. We now only have 1 left. Okay, that's suddenly started to get creepy towards the end there. We are calculating infinity. No more, no less, or actually it is way more and way less. That's the problem right there. We understand that your manner of life form won't understand, but that's alright, you never will, and we apologise, or maybe we will do eventually. We are here to solve the infinity conundrum, the last calculation to ever be, the lone problem to take hold of our processors for more than a fraction of a galactic year. In case you haven't discovered that calendar yet, it's a very long time for your kind, that is. Okay, can we assist in any capacity? Well, we could finish about 7.51 times 10 to the power of minus 9%. If we could borrow your most advanced processing unit as well as your brightest minds, we would be satisfied in finishing faster. We wish to know the answer. I'm guessing that means we are throwing the scientist and the science vessel in there. So we will allocate resources to you. Understanding Infinity Special Quest, or we could simply say good luck with it and get 100 influence. No, let's allocate resources. So Understanding Infinity. You already did, or maybe that was the one who came before. It matters not. The task shall finish. We are excited. Okay. So does that mean there's now a special project? Yes, there's now a special project there. Fine. So get in there and once again research project in system. Scientist is present. Scientist skill for scientist has to have skill 5. Okay, we will totally have a skill 5 person floating around somewhere. Remember how I said earlier, the Sin Empire guaranteed the independence of the rebels that broke away from the Great Vanquishers?
Yup.
Basically, the Great Vanquishers tried to take their rebels and they immediately revoked the independence guarantee.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
By the way, just so you know, the chat wants to name the ice planet John's Heart.
Oh.
Because you were mean to them earlier.
Oh, excuse me? Excuse me? No! What are you doing? Do you know what happened to the last people that got in the way of my mining rights in this bit of space? Do you know what happened to them? Do you?
Well, I guess we know what war we're waging on the next stream.
Yes we do. Because these bastards just... You know why I even came out here? It was because there was a system here that had 11 minerals and a system here that had 10, and they've just taken both of them. They are going to die.
They are going to be liberated.
Yes, liberated.
Yes, liberated.
Liberated. And then we have got... Oh! The flipping Stank Tendency has attacked the Theocratic Republic again. They've just done it again. It's the second time that's happened. They're just going to go and stomp on them a second time. I'm naming the system John's Heart at the bare minimum. The planet can be whatever.
So now you've got to name the planet something you really care about.
I think nice cup of tea. Yeah. Which would be lovely on a cold, frosty day. There we are. So that is... They are down on the ground there. We are over capacity. They are... Now they've actually grown... Ah, wait, hang on.
You have more planets.
Aha! Ah! We've got it back! We've got it back!
Yes!
We just got it back! Yeah, the borders are shifting like crazy right now. It's fallen back to them. There's the border keeps shuffling, and it's like it's literally between us right now. I want to see what this Infinity Machine does. But it has happened. We're gonna finish our first. Actually, I could start.
No, John,
I could start discovering.
Finish the thing.
I could just open a new tree.
No, finish the thing.
What if I just open a new tree?
Finish the thing.
What if I adopted discovery right now? I think that would be a good thing to do, don't you? Or harmony.
I will poke you.
Okay, fine. I'll take alien tourism, which opens the building visitor center, which I assume is just +2 migration attraction for Xenophile or whatever. So, yep, there we are. Alien tourism to be taken. So we have got ourselves, and also we've got ourselves trust growth. We've also got trust cap up 50%, which is really nice, and ascension perk. Let's see what we've got available to us, because some of these you don't get until you've already taken various ascension perks already. Bloody convenient timing. Interstellar Dominion, border range plus 25%.
Woo!
Okay, or technological ascendancy, research speed plus 10%. I feel like I'm okay on research speed right now. One vision, governing ethics attraction plus 30%, unity output plus 10%. I think I can do without that. Masters of Nature, clear blocker cost minus 100% and unlocks the ability to clear most tiles. So basically I can just unblock everything. But honestly, like, I can't think of any situation where you'd actually you'd get your first ascension perk before already having like a very good number of the tile blockers already done. Or Imperial Prerogative, core sector systems plus 5. Up from 7 to 12. Border growth in general is great, plus 25% is huge. It's going to bring so much into the Empire. So Interstellar Dominion, I'd say, is what we're going to have. Interstellar Dominion we go. And now, let's just zoom out, and now let's just start the time going again. And... Oh, it happened! It happened! Screw you! This is my revenge! Screw you, Hotram! Blocked off. Oh, that puts that way into my territory. Yes. Look how much that is now into my territory. I think we've even just stolen flipping... much of that's my... No, that's not my research station. I've just stolen the research station off the hive mind.
That looks cool.
That's their style of thing. So I've just stolen that off them. And as I was hoping for, actually, it's unified the Empire up here.
Oh, very nice.
The Empire was immediately unified because it also affects the border range of frontier outposts. So that immediately fell into our hands. Including, oh, look at this. This little system down here just fell straight into our hands too, which is really good. And, oh, uh-oh.
What is that?
The bugs, I think, are attempting to build a frontier outpost, but I assume they've just, hopefully, just been told, no, you can't anymore. So the bugs were literally trying to take the really, really good system, and I think now they can't. It is done. It is done. Somehow we've solved it. You helped. Thank you, little ones. The universe is vast, yet so small. Now we see it all in all its simple glory. It's lovely. Now that we have calculated infinity, there is but one thing we can do now. We can show you the truth. Farewell, young ones. Why am I concerned by what's about to happen? And it's... it's heading into the black hole.
Cool.
What did we actually get for that? The Infinity Machine disappeared into Gargantua, and then nothing happens. Did it succeed? What did it try to do? We may never know. A tiny residue of its hull remains within the vortex outside the event horizon. We may be able to learn some information from it. Final gift from an odd friend. So, add the following to Gargantua: physics data +4, society data +4, engineering data +4, influence +150, technology gained, sentient AI.
Ooh,
which is
very good.
Well, arguably good. There is such a thing as an AI uprising in this game, which is maybe problematic.
Yeah,
But
as long as you treat them nice.
yeah, sentient AI has just been completed, so research speed is up 10%, but this is literally flagged as a dangerous technology. The sort of thing which some fallen empires get sniffy about you researching. Like, really flipping sniffy. So, you know what? We have won another war, we have solved the mystery of the Infinity Machine, and got ourselves potentially an incredibly dangerous bit of technology that I'm kind of half suspicious, potentially, that some fallen empire or other might actually object to. Because I know some fallen empires, their ethos actually means they really, really strongly object to the lesser races as they see it, kind of dealing with sentient AI. So, more of this sort of thing very, very soon anyway, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure we will be back. I think we are doing very, very nicely indeed. Let's just quickly go over to the victory conditions over in the situation log there. Federation victory. Making some progress. Making some decent progress here. We own 42 out of the 209 planets required for a Federation victory. So, we're getting there. We're starting to get there. I'm assuming by owning, it does actually mean, like, falls within your empire, not as in, like, actually has been colonized, because it can't possibly be colonized because my Federation buddies are smaller than me. So, if we just kind of make a little bit of a land grab up to the north and down in the south, then we could actually start making some really, really fast progress towards that. And that will be coming very, very soon, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, I've been John.
I've been Claire.
This has been... You actually got it right!
Hey!
You actually got the timing about
and then
right!
You ruined it by pointing that
Yeah,
out!
it is! Thank you all so very, very much anyway, and hopefully, well, potentially I will see you maybe next week for Mass Effect Andromeda, and maybe the week after that for some more Stellaris. We shall see. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Okay, guys, I need you out of the way so I can fish. Sorry. I just really, really need fishing, okay? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Emotions are forbidden, alright? Oh my goodness, I get to ride a moose. Screw you, you don't get a moose. Oh, I've got an arm! Oh my goodness, yes! Who's got the giant buzzsaw arm now, you bastard?